So I fell in love with this dress and almost was just like, I need this in my life. Then I saw the price point and I thought, okay, that's crazy. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a wardrobe anti-haul. So it's a video all about the things I would like to buy but I haven't bought, and I'll talk you through the reasons why. So the idea for this video came from watching Jamie. Her channel is called Mademoiselle. I will leave it down in the description bar for you to see, and I'm sure a lot of you follow her anyway, so you know who I'm talking about. It's a great idea for a video. I think if you watch my previous video, which I'll leave up here in the cards for you to see, it's all about a wardrobe rehaul. So all the items in my wardrobe that I have not worn and have still got tags on it and stuff like that. So if you haven't checked out that video, do go and check out that video because it will make a lot of sense as to why I'm saying I don't need to buy this stuff now. So I thought it would be cool just to talk you through the things that I did have my eye on, and I do have my eye on, but I'm just going to hold off purchasing and kind of tell you why. So if you do enjoy the video, please do thumbs up and do subscribe, and let's crack on. If you see me looking down at my phone, it's because I've got the items on my phone. So first up we have this COS dress. Now, it's a beautiful leather dress, and I've had my eye on a piece of leather, whether it's a pair of trousers, a skirt, or a shirt for some time, shirt dress for a long time. Pretty much the whole of this season gone, and I haven't pressed the button because I haven't found the perfect thing. So I saw this dress and I just fell in love. Like, the circle cut shape is a shape that COS does a lot through the season in more of like a coupe pro fluid fabric. So I know that that shape dress works for me because I've had that dress in several colours before. And so I fell in love with this dress and almost was just like, I need this in my life. Then I saw the price point and I thought, okay, that's crazy. So you're not going to buy a leather dress for £350. And then also the fact that it is a dark grey, I'm wondering if I would regret it. Like, I think if I'm going to push the button on a leather dress, I know it's going to be expensive, but I probably need to get it in black just to get more wear out of it. Also, another thing I don't like about this dress is I think it's a little bit short. Like, I've noticed in the last season or so, maybe even to previous season, one of the things that's really annoying me about COS at the moment is that a lot of their hemlines are very short. So it says the model, to tell us the height of the model, she's 177 centimetres tall. So she's about 7 centimetres, 5 to 7 more than I am. And that's coming up to like about just coming up to almost her mid-thigh. And I just think to myself, I'm not really sure if it's going to be too short on me or not. You know, I'd need it to be the perfect length to get the longevity out of it. So those questions, you know, I was questioning that. It's looking a bit short, and the fact that on the model shot, they've then got her wearing it as kind of like a overshirt. I'm not spending £350 on an overshirt. So, you know, I admire this from afar. I think it's beautiful. I'm sure it's going to look lovely on the right person and smell lovely and just be all that buttery goodness that I like in a leather piece. But for the price and for the colour and possible length issues, it's not one I've pressed the button on. Similarly, the other Stories dress, which I saw on the Anna edit, it looks lovely on her. Again, I feel it's a bit too short for me. And I'm not sure about the belt situation on that one. That's one that's on my list, but again, because I'm not sure about the belt style for me, it's one that I've held off on. So there's two leather dresses that I've really admired and like, but I think just talking through it with you guys and thinking about it constantly, there are probably more cons than pros on these ones, so I won't be getting either of these dresses. I will say in this video there is a mixture of high-end and low-end things, so let's move on to a couple of high-end pieces. So as you know, I love my Gucci loafers. I got them in black about 3 years ago now, and they've been worn to death. They're pretty beaten up, but I still love them. They're so comfortable, and yeah, I just think they're great, and I have them in brown as well. So with spring summer coming up, I was looking at a lighter colour, because I do get a lot of wear out of my black ones, and I'd seen this colour on Emma Hill, and I thought, these are really, really nice. So I had a look at them, and they're £540, the same price as the other ones were. But I just think, will I get much wear out of this lighter colourway? Because I have a pair of taupe shoes from are kept, which are yet to be worn. So I just think, oh, this colourway probably won't be something I'm going to get that much wear out of. So as much as I like it, I probably shouldn't get them. When I was thinking about getting them in the backless style, then I had even more reasons why not to get it in the backless style, because that just makes it very, very seasonal. So, you know, these ones are still in the back of my mind, but I think the longer I hold out not buying them, I probably won't buy them, especially because, you know, then again, when spring summer comes, you're thinking about wearing sandals a lot more and not wearing a closed shoe. So I'll have the right colour for the season, if you like, but then I'll want to be wearing sandals, so I probably won't touch them. So there's something I have my eye on, but, you know, I've already got 2 pairs of these loafers. I probably don't need a third. Okay, so this is a bit of a strange one. It's this Zara coat. Now, I've got quite a few coats in my wardrobe, so I don't really need it. And I think it's the price point on this one that got me, because I liked the sort of open nature of it, but I'm pretty sure I will get annoyed about not having buttons or a belt or something to do it up. It's a very chuck-on type of coat. With the price point, part of it sucked me in because I thought, wow, $29.99, that's a really good price. But at the same time, then I figured that the fabrication will not be very good, and I'll probably find that the coat starts peeling very quickly, or it's very, very thin in quality. And I was thinking, oh, it would be really nice for spring when it's, you know, not super cold for a winter coat, but then you still need a throw on. This would be great for it. And, you know, the colours are really nice, but actually I've got trench coats in my wardrobe. If you watch my previous video, you'll have seen I've got a million blazers that could do the same job. So I don't think I need this in my life, but it's just funny to see how seeing a price point suddenly has something on my wish list that was never there in the first place, and you start making justifications for why it would be great, but actually when you think deeper down into why you don't need it, it really makes a lot of sense. So if you are in the market for this kind of thing, you know, great. Just be conscious of the fact that this coat is £30, so it's probably not made in that sustainable a way, and the quality is probably not very good. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you guys know that the designer of the moment all over Instagram and the blogs and all that kind of thing is Bottega Veneta. And I hope I said that right. Very tentatively said. And so when I was on Instagram, I would see this designer everywhere, shoes and the bags and the whole thing. So I got sucked into seeing a pair of sandals that Topshop do, which are a direct dupe for the Bottega sandals. And I thought, oh, okay, I need these. They're a dupe, they look great, blah, 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 blah. But one, I realised when I thought about it a lot more, and this is often what happens to me, I hear about a cult piece, and then I think, oh, I must have this, you know, to be on that cusp of being on the trend of it, like that. And then I realised, actually, I don't really even like Bottega Veneta stuff. Like, it's not a designer that's really on my radar, and had never been on my radar until it suddenly became the Instagram thing. So I thought, well, I don't actually need these sandals because I have a million pairs of sandals, which you would have seen in my spring summer sandal shoe collection, which I did last year. I've kept pretty much all those sandals for this year, so I have a lot. It's currently extremely stormy outside here in the UK, and the weather is very, very up and down here, and we don't get that long any year to wear summer sandals, so I don't need to add another pair to my collection. And I could see why I wanted these. It's because it was just, you know, they're going to be sold out everywhere, they're a great dupe, you must have them. But actually I don't really fancy these sandals at all, and I don't need them at all, so that's definitely something that I won't be getting. But I got the push to suddenly get them because I felt like I needed to have them because everyone would have them. So yeah, I won't be getting these. Okay, so keeping on to footwear, but a kind of strange footwear. My slippers have, you know, died a death. My home slippers, they're a bit dead now, and I needed a pair of new ones. And in my head, I've been kind of thinking of myself as this person who wears loungewear in a really kind of relaxed, cool way at home. You know, I'm kind of like working from home with my coffee and my loungewear, you know, cashmere offs, that whole kind of vibe. So I saw these slippers at Cos, and I thought, oh, these are great. You know, I need these in my life because my slippers are dying, and these are cashmere slippers, perfect, I'll get these. But then I thought, you know, when did I become the cashmere slipper wearer? Like, I'd love to be that person, but I normally get my slippers from Marks and Spencer for about £20 or less. And you know, as much as I would like to be this lady who lounges in cashmere loungewear, that's not me. So I did not get these slippers as much as I would like to get them. Also, I just feel like, you know, with slippers, they're probably going to get marks and stains on them really, really quickly. So they don't need to be cashmere. And so I have passed on these, and I think sometimes I have an idea in my head of who I'd like to be, and I mentioned in my previous video it tends to be not where my life is right now. I don't know if that's a little bit to do with what's going on in our family. If you know, we're going through some illness with Nicholas, and it's been a very difficult time over the past couple of years. I don't know if part of my psyche is kind of trying to, you know, live a life that's not mine, because it has been really difficult, and so it's coming out in how I buy things and what I covet, I suppose. I'm really trying to work through that, I guess partly on screen with you guys, to just get through that and not be feeling like that. But you know, this cashmere slipper lady is someone who I guess I wished to be, but it's not me. So I'm saving my pennies and I'm not buying these cashmere slippers. So in a similar vein, this H&M loungewear, which is not as expensive as cashmere slippers, but it's still, I guess, that kind of vibe. I was looking for a few more things to work from home in, because I do work from home, and I don't often like being in my jeans. I just find it uncomfortable being in my jeans at home. So I wanted to wear something that I still felt quite nice and comfy in, but was also smart enough to sort of open the door to the postman or nip out if I needed to. So I've been looking at loungewear, and I quite like these H&M pieces, but at the same time I'm also thinking, you know, I would quite like to get loungewear that's in a nice quality, because when you get these pieces, if I got a couple of sets of loungewear, the price still adds up and the quality might not be there as much as I'd like it to be in terms of fabrication from H&M, whereas if I got it in a bit more of a higher price point, not necessarily price equals quality, but if I looked somewhere that the quality was maybe in a cashmere blend, and a bit of a higher price point, it might last longer. So in terms of the loungewear, I'll probably look to get something a little bit more quality rather than getting a few pieces from H&M, even though I like the way that they're styled. And again, I think I looked at these and my size is running out, so I was thinking, oh, I should probably just get them and try them on. But actually, when I thought about it further down the line, I thought I can stay in my jeans and my jumpers at home for a few months more until I find really what I'm looking for. So yeah, I'm definitely in the search for some nice loungewear pieces, but I don't necessarily need to get these ones right now. Okay, so as I said before, I've worked in fashion, and I've always had an eye on, you know, current season trends, what's come off the runways, what's going to be big, etc., etc. It's just part of my psyche because it's what I've been doing for so many years. So that said, I know that lilac and sage are two big colours for the upcoming season, and I like both of them, just not on me. Like, I think sage would probably work better with what I like to wear. But I saw a pair of lilac trousers at Zara, and I really liked them, and I almost pressed buy. But then I realised, and I think when I talked to you in my previous video about, you know, things that I've not worn and why they're hanging in my wardrobe, a lot of the time it was to do with print issue or coloration, and I think that's what's going to happen with these Zara trousers. I'll see them on the model, like I've seen it styled up, and I really like the way she looks. The level of lilac is a really nice colour. Really nice level, not too overpowering. But then when I think about it, I don't really wear colour, and especially not these kind of pastel colours. So as much as I think they look beautiful and they're very editorial, and on the right person they'll look great, I know that I'll get those lilac trousers in the house and I just wouldn't wear them. So I'm trying to learn from past mistakes and admire from afar, but not push the buttons. So, you know, even though I'm aware of the trends, I don't necessarily have to incorporate them all the time into my wardrobe if they don't fit my style, no matter how much I think they're great. Sage green, I'm still on the fence about. I haven't found an item in sage green that I think I really would like, but that's a colour that I might be willing to dibble dabble a tiny bit in for spring summer if I feel I really want to, but it's not something that I'm actively seeking. Okay, so next up are these H&M jeans. So I have them, currently wearing them in fact in like a faded black, and I've mentioned before I'm in between sizes, losing a bit of weight at the moment. So I'm normally a size 16, I was a size 18 to 16. I've really fluctuated this year. and then I'm now between a 14 and a 16. So it's these jeans from H&M. I was going to get them in white and in blue in a 14. And because these 16s that I'm wearing now are a little bit big, I have to belt them. But then I was just thinking, well, actually, instead of just buying them now, just to have them and hold on to them, because I'm not quite in a comfortable 14 yet, I might as well just wait. If they're not in my size, I'll find another jean that works for me at the time. And that's what I'm really trying to do, because I really do bulk buy a lot, way too much than I should, which I mentioned in my previous video. So as much as I like this girlfriend jean, it's like a slim girlfriend jean from H&M with the cut-off hems. Really, really nice fit, really affordable price, and just a nice jean, actually, quite underrated, I think. I just won't buy them in multiple colours now, because I made that mistake previously and I bought things in multiple colours in certain sizes and then don't fit them. So I might not get down to that comfortable 14, or I might get further than the comfortable 14 and end up being a 12 so they don't fit, or I might go up in size again. So I think I need to remember to keep shopping for the now if I'm going to buy now, and just hold off on buying and bulk buying things just because my size is available. So I would get these jeans again. I'm not saying these are jeans I'm not going to buy, but I'll just wait until I'm in the comfortable size before I buy them. And finally, we're on to a couple of designer bags. So I mentioned to you before in my bag collection video, which I'll link somewhere up here for you guys to see if you've not seen it already. I've got enough bags in my capsule collection now, pretty much all designer apart from two. But I still had my eye on a couple of other ones. And I will talk about the cheaper one first. It's the Mademoiselle Gabriel Protea bag. Can't say it, but I'll put it up here for you to see. I think it's beautiful. I've mentioned, I think, about a year or so back, but I'm really looking for an oxblood colour bag to be in my wardrobe, because that is something I think I'm missing. And I saw this bag and I love the design of it. It comes in two sizes, the smaller size and the bigger size, which I couldn't decide. See, that's one thing. I can't decide which size I'd want to get to start with. I was thinking about the mini, but then actually maybe the bigger size is more practical. It looks very buttery, very soft. Everything I'm about in terms of fabrication for a bag. And I just like Mansell bags. They're not the most expensive in terms of the designer spectrum, but I love the design. It's very minimal, very me. This has been a bag that's been on my mind for some time. I haven't pushed the button, one, because I'm not 100% sure what size I would like to get, and two, I just don't need it right now. Like, oxblood is a very autumnal winter colour for me, and since I've missed the boat this season, I don't need to buy it right now, so I can spend spring, summer sort of really thinking about if this is what I want in my life. And then if I do, come sort of September time, which is my birthday, if the bag is still about, then I can think about pressing the button then, and then I'll also have saved some money by then too. So this is something I think I would like. It's definitely a wish list item that I've been thinking about for a while, but I just don't need to purchase right now because we're getting into spring, summer. And the last designer bag is the Loewe puzzle bag. Now, you guys will know about this bag because it's been a cult item in the blogosphere for some time, and I wasn't really interested in it when it came out. I thought, yeah, that's kind of nice, but I wasn't really that bothered about it. And then as the years have gone on, I've really started to like it. And I originally liked it in the tan, and then I liked it in the sort of dark navy black with the gold hardware. And I'm a gold hardware girl, I always have been, and I think I always will be. You know, all my rings are gold, my earrings, like my necklaces, everything's pretty much gold hardware. And so with this bag, I would need to have it with gold hardware, and a lot of the colours come with silver hardware. If you're spending upwards of £1,700 on a bag, it needs to be like, everything needs to be 100% and more. So that's one issue. There's the colour that I like, actually, which I think I would get, is the taupe that's out. I think it's new. And because I had a taupe bag, a mulberry bag in taupe that I sold a while back, and I talked to you, I think, in one of my bag videos why I sold it. As much as I like the colour, and it was a perfect level of taupe for me, the style of bag wasn't right. And so they have brought out, Loewe have brought out this bag in a lovely taupe, but the hardware is silver, which is probably a good thing because I can't bring myself to buy it with the silver hardware. So I am just going to hold off and wait on this bag. I feel like it's not a not so much as a trend bag as I thought it was, because it's been around for a little while now, quite a few years. And I would get the mini size. I'd get the small, so not the mini and not the big. I'd get the small size. So in terms of size, I'm sold on exactly what size I'd like. It's just the waiting for the right hardware colour to come about. If the taupe and gold doesn't happen, because they're not doing that as a combination, I would get the very dark navy with the gold. That's fine to have. I'm just going to hold out and buy this pre-loved. That's what I decided. I decided I'm not going to get this new. I will wait and find it at a good price when I've saved up on a pre-loved website. So it's a bag that I do really want in my collection, but it's not something I'm going to be getting anytime soon. So I guess I just wanted to share that with you because it's on my wish list, and I have been looking at it and seeing new colours come out and thinking, oh, should I, shouldn't I? But I'm holding off on that. I'm not making any more impulse bag purchases. I'm just going to wait until I find it at the right price or in the right colour down the line. So guys, that is pretty much everything that I have on my current wish list that I've been browsing, refreshing, saving for later, you know, over the last couple of months or so. Do also leave down below anything that you guys have had your eyes on that you're thinking or umming and ahhing about, and what you think about my list as well, and my reasonings for not buying things. It's a really tough journey, I suppose. I think when you've been so used to just impulse purchasing, like I used to be very, very bad because I worked in the industry. There were samples everywhere, there was clothes everywhere. This is what my life was for so much of my time. So it didn't seem strange to constantly be purchasing, going out at lunchtime, buying new clothes, going out to Oxford Street after work. So I worked on Oxford Street, the head offices were at Oxford Street. And nearby, so I was always surrounded by clothes and bags and fashion, and so it didn't seem strange to be going out at lunchtime and buying clothes, going out after work and buying clothes, just being surrounded by it all the time. And so now it is a real step for me to be thinking so much more about what I would like in my wardrobe, how I'm going to wear things, just taking a lot more time before purchasing things. So an anti-haul is kind of great because it really talks you round again and really cements your reasons for not wanting to buy things. And then when you do finally, if I do get some things on this list, I hope that I'll have spent that time to really think about them and make sure that they will be used in my wardrobe. And I will come back and share with you guys if I have got a few things from this list and why I have. But right now I'm not planning to get anything from the list. Do check out my previous video as to why. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do thumbs up, do subscribe to the channel, and I will catch up with you guys very soon.